Hey there, everybody. Don Evans here from WatchReport.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Reactor Trident 2. This is a 43 millimeter case with a lug to lug of 49 millimeters. It has a 22 millimeter lug width and weighs about 180 grams on the bracelet. Miyota quartz movement. You have Never Dark technology here, which uses combination of superluminova and tritium markers. And you have a K1 mineral crystal. And the price, retail price, is $450. There is a look at it on my 7.5 inch wrist. So let me take it off here and show it to you a little more, get a little more in depth, and give you the best look at it I can possible. So here is a look at this glossy black dial, and you'll see because of the crystal here and the way the light reflects off it, it's a little hard for me to capture it. I got to put it at certain angles, but you can see it is a very high gloss dial. And you can see there that the Reactor logo is blacked out. So you can't really see it, at a glance there. It actually makes it look a little almost like a sterile dial, except then you have the writing there with Never Dark Swiss illumination T25 and 200 meters water resistant. You do have your day and date there, located at the 3 o'clock position. Now your markers, or your numbers in this case, are all done in superluminova, and you could see how thick of an application of superluminova is done on the dial. And then at your 12, 3, 6, and 9 and your hands, you have tritium tubes, but then the ends of the hands where you have the arrows there are done in the superluminova. So it's a great combination of both, and if you have, you weren't outside all day, or you didn't get your watch charged, it wasn't charged by light, it's still going to glow in the dark because of the tritium. And when charged, the lume is fantastic on it. As usual with most Reactor watches, it is that, industrial, chunky style of case that Reactor watches have become known for. They're sport watches, they're made to be tough and rugged. Very chunky, I'm going to say 4 millimeter thick bracelet here. Now the case thickness is only 13.5 millimeters. Excuse me, 14.9 millimeters. So it is quite chunky for a 43 millimeter case. So you got 43 millimeter case and then 15 millimeters thick. You have your screw down crown with the Reactor logo engraved into it. You can see you have hex screw bars for the bracelet attachment. One of the things that's nice about this is that certain Reactor watches, you would not be able to take the bracelet off and put a strap on or whatever, but considering this is a straight 22 millimeter lug, you shouldn't have a problem putting another strap on here. The only thing that I will say is, because of this lug bar, it's a pretty thick lug bar in there, so whatever kind of strap you want to put on there, you want to make sure that you have like the hole in the strap is big enough to be able to support that lug bar. All brushed stainless steel case. You do have a rotating unidirectional bezel, and you have your lume pip there at the 60. So if you wanted to use this to dive, you should be able to, no problem. Your inner track also has 24-hour time displayed, if you could see that there. Military time. You have your standard flip lock push button clasp that Reactor uses on most of their watches. As I said, this is a quartz movement. Majority of Reactor watches are quartz. They only have a few automatics in their lineup. But if you like the design that Reactor uses, the style that they have, that chunky, blocky industrial look, and you want something rugged and dependable. This also has a 10-year battery in it, so you're not going to have to change the battery every couple of years. It is a screw down crown, as I said. Pretty smooth operation there on the crown. Overall, the watch is built very well. I have no issues with that whatsoever as far as build quality. Action on the bezel is great. No play in the bezel at all whatsoever. Crown action is nice and smooth. That glass dial with the way that they did the Reactor logo is pretty different. This is, as the title says, the Reactor Trident 2, which is the second version of the Trident. The first one came in at 40 millimeters, had a different style bracelet, little bit different style case. So this is a brand new and revamped version at a larger size for Reactor. I've always had a thing for Reactor watches. I've seen, certain places, sometimes they get a bad rap because, they're quartz and they're this and they're that. Or their prices might be a little high. You got to keep in mind, Reactor does not sell watches directly. They sell only through dealers. So of course, the price is going to be a tad bit higher than if you were buying directly from the company. In that case, I always say, MSRP is $450. Shop around, look around, you might be able to get it at a deal, a discount, a sale, depending on what, dealer you are buying from. But if you like that solid, chunky, blocky look and feel, you want a nice, heavy, dependable looking watch with the Never Dark Lume technology that they use here, then you might want to take, a second look at this watch from Reactor. Out of the box, it came like it was perfectly sized for my wrist at 7.5 inches. Now, extra links are included in the bottom of the tube that Reactor ships in. It's like a canister that doubles as a soda koozie. But extra links are included at the bottom of the canister, and if there's not enough links, you can always email or call Reactor and tell them which model you have, and they'll send out extra links if you have a bigger wrist. I would say with the links that were included, it would fit up to an 8-inch wrist. So if your wrist is larger than that, you're going to want to call and order some extra links for them. But a pretty nice offering and a nice upgrade from the first version Trident, especially if you want a little bit larger watch here at 43 millimeter versus 40. This has been a look at the Reactor Trident 2. As always, check us out on social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out the full review. Link is in the description below. This has been Don Evans for WatchReport.com. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you very much.